Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanam Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ओम शांति शांति शांति. श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषद अध्याय 6 श्लोक 6. सवृक्षकालाकृतिभिः परोऽन्यो यस्मात् प्रपञ्चः परिवर्ततेयम् धर्मावहं पापनुदम्भगेशम् ज्ञात्वात्मस्थममृतं विश्वधाम. Jnana is the direct means for moksha. This fact has been repeatedly stated in Svetaswatara Upanishad. We have already seen several mantras to this effect. Once again, the Upanishad is emphasizing on the inevitability of jnana in the pursuit of moksha. Jnanadeva kaivalyam. Jnana alone is the means for moksha. Jnana of what? Knowledge of what? Knowledge of Paramatma. Knowledge of Brahman. The Brahman is being described once again. Saha, Brahman, is referred to as Saha, he. Saha Paramatma, the Paramatma. He is Anyaha. Samsarinaha Anyaha. He is different from samsari, meaning asamsari. Paramatma is asamsari. How asamsari? vrikshakalakritibihi paraha. He is paraha. He transcends. What does he transcend? Vrikshakalakritibihi. Vriksha. Vriksha stands for samsara. Samsara vriksha. In Kathopanishad as well as Bhagavad Gita, there is a description of samsara with the imagery of a tree. Vriksharupakam. Vriksharupaka kalpana. Samsara is described as a tree. Urdhvamoolamādhashakham ashvatham prahuravyayam chandamsi yasya parnani yastam veda sa vedavit ityadi. Paramatma transcends the samsara vriksha, the tree of samsara. Because the samsara is not real. Samsara is kalpita. It is superimposed by avidya. Samsara is avidya kalpita. Superimposed by avidya. When something is superimposed by avidya, it requires an adhisthana. No superimposition is possible without an adhisthana, without a substratum. For example, superimposition of the snake is not possible without the presence of the rope. There cannot be a niradhisthana bhrama. Therefore, when the samsara is superimposed, the adhisthana is the Paramatma. Paramatmani samsaraha avidyaya kalpitaha. Samsara is superimposed on Paramatma by avidya. Here we have to remember one more rule regarding superimposition. The adhisthana is not affected by the kalpita. the substratum of superimposition is not affected by the object superimposed. The desert is not affected by the mirage water. In the same manner, Paramatma is not affected by the Kalpita Samsara. Paramatma is not affected by the superimposed samsara. Therefore, the Upanishad says Paramatma transcends the samsara vriksha. Vrikshat paraha transcends the samsara vriksha. Likewise, kalat paraha, he transcends a time. It is a very significant idea in Vedanta. Paramatma transcends a time. It has a lot of implication. Paramatma transcends a time. This statement has a lot of implication. If you look at our life, life is a series of events. In the timeline, in a given period of time, a series of events in a span of time. Any event happens in time. Any event happens in time. Life is a series of events. Therefore, when we say,
it happens in the place of space.
Let us come to it later on. Now we are discussing time. Yeah. Paramatma transcends time. I am discussing the implication of this statement. Life is a series of events in time. Therefore, when we say Paramatma transcends time, it implies Paramatma transcends life. Paramatma transcends life. What is our Swarupa? We are Paramatma. Our Swarupa is Paramatma. Therefore, we can conclude that we transcend our life. The Atma transcends the life. In other words, the Atma is not affected by the events in life. Therefore, despite the ups and downs in life, the Atma Swarupa remains unaffected. So, Kalat Paraha. Paramatma is Kalat Paraha. And he transcends Akriti. Akritehe Paraha. Transcends Akriti. All forms. Meaning all bodies. Atma transcends all bodies. Yasmat prapanchaha parivartateyam. Ayam prapanchaha. This universe emerges from the Paramatma. Yasmat parivartate. The whole universe emerges from the Paramatma. Therefore, Paramatma transcends this prapancha, this universe. Atma transcends this universe. Dharmavaham. The Paramatma, being the cause of this universe, is the source of dharma, punya. If we worship the Ishvara, we get punya. Papa nudam. Not only he gives punya, he destroys the papa. Papam nudati iti papanut. Prayer to Ishvara, offering our worship to Ishvara, can bring punya as well as destroy the papa. Regarding papa, often people ask a question: If we have done a papa, we have to get the result. How can Ishvara destroy the papa? Nabhuktam kshiyate karma kalpakoti shatairapi. The effect of a karma has to be experienced. A karma does not expire without yielding its result. This is a general rule. Suppose I have done a punya or a papa. It is applicable to both punya and papa. Suppose I have done a papa. I have killed a mosquito. At some point, I will have to get its result. Even if it is a minutest of the papa, it will yield its result. I might have forgotten what I have done just a few hours ago. I might have forgotten. But Ishvara does not forget. Only Jiva can forget. Ishvara cannot forget. Therefore, I will have to get the result of the papa. The result may come in this janma or in some other janma in future. But the result has to come at some point. It is a general rule. Nabhuktam kshiyate karma kalpakoti shatairapi. But this rule has two exceptions. This general rule has two exceptions. The first exception is prayaschitta. If we perform prayaschitta, it neutralizes certain amount of papa that we have done in the past. The Shastra prescribes various types of prayaschitta. Broadly speaking, there are two types of prayashchittas. One is samanya prayashchitta. Another is vishesha prayashchitta. Samanya prayashchitta is a general prayashchitta. How many papas we have done, we don't know. On daily basis, we keep doing papa. For all those papas, in general, one can do a prayashchitta. It is called samanya prayashchitta. For example, one can do upavasa once in a fortnight. Even that will serve as a samanya prayashchitta. I have done a little papa during this fortnight. As a parihara, let me do upavasa. Thus, there are samanya prayashchittas. They can mitigate the effect of the papa that we have done earlier to some extent. Another is vishesha prayashchitta. Vishesha prayashchitta is prescribed if we are aware of a specific papa for some specific type of papa, certain type of prayashchitta are prescribed. For example, surapanam, drinking alcohol, is nishiddha karma. The Shastra says, Suram na pibet. Suppose somebody drinks alcohol, then he will have to do certain vishesha prayashchitta. By mistake or by temptation, by peer pressure, one day he drank a little alcohol. Somebody forced him or her. Out of pressure or out of temptation. We don't know. He drank a little alcohol, one peg of beer. For that, he will have to do a vishesha prayashchitta. Such prayashchittas are prescribed in the Shastra. I am not saying because I know you don't need it. So, prayashchitta can mitigate the effect of our papa to some extent. This is one exception to the general rule. The second exception is a jnana. Jnana can destroy the karma. Kshiyante chasya karmani tasmin drishte paravare. ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा. Both Shruti and Smriti explicitly state that jnana destroys the karma of a jnani. Therefore, for a jnani, this rule is not applicable. He might have done papa in the past, but after getting jnana, the papa or punya, both punya and papa, they become redundant. They cannot yield their result in the case of a jnani. It is another exception. Otherwise, any punya or papa, it will definitely yield its result. Nobody has any means to bypass them. One cannot bypass Ishvara. One can bypass the government rules. One can bypass the protocols. But one cannot bypass the Ishvara. Mama vartmanu vartante manushyaah partha sarvashaha. There is a statement in Bhagavad Gita. Mama vartmanu vartante manushyaah partha sarvashaha. Everybody has to pass through me only. Meaning, Ishvara gives the karma phala. One cannot escape from the karma phala. The only way to mitigate the result of the karma is prayashchitta, with the exception of a jnani, of course. Let us leave the jnani away. If somebody is not a jnani, then the only way to mitigate the effect of the papa is to do prayashchitta. And the best way of doing prayashchitta is to pray to Ishvara. When we pray to Ishvara, he mitigates the effect of papa. He removes the papa. Papa nudam. That is why there is a prayer. Mama papam apakuru deva. Hey Deva, O Lord, mama papam apaku. Remove my papa. Bhagesham dharmavaham papanudam bhagesham. Bhagasya ishaha bhageshaha. Paramatma is the Lord of Bhaga. Bhaga means all the glories. ऐश्वर्यस्य समग्रस्य धर्मस्य यशसः श्रियः ज्ञानवैराग्ययोश्चैव षण्णां भग इतीरण. There are 6 qualities listed out, and they are collectively known as bhaga. Bhaga includes aishwarya, overlordship, dharma, all virtuous deeds, yashas, fame, shri, wealth, jnana, knowledge, and vairagya, dispassion. These 6 stand for all noble qualities. You can include any other noble quality also. When somebody has any of these noble qualities, to some extent, he or she naturally commands respect in the society. For example, if somebody has knowledge, a highly knowledgeable person in the society, he will naturally command respect. He naturally commands our adoration. People adore him. Therefore, bhaga is a quality which attracts adoration, which makes an individual great. It can be knowledge, it can be vairagya. In our culture, vairagya is respected. Vairagya is adored. That is why we hold the sannyasis at the highest position. Because a sannyasi's quality, the main quality that one sees in a sannyasi, the main quality that is desirable in a sannyasi is vairagya. Nowadays, people often get confused. Instead of looking at vairagya, they try to find aishwarya, etc. in a sannyasi. If somebody has a big institution, then he is respected. It is the present day trend. But those who understand the tradition, those who have the refinement, they understand the quality of vairagya. Therefore, vairagya is another noble quality. Nowadays, people cherish raga. Desires and ambitions are cherished nowadays. The people teach their children, you have to be ambitious. As a result, we know where the society is heading towards. At least now some people are becoming aware of it. A society which cherishes ambitions heads towards a spiritual degradation. Even a healthy society can be built only if there is vairagya among the people in the society. Vairagya, jnana, all these are noble qualities. Among the human beings, if any human being has a little of any of these qualities, he becomes adorable. In Ishvara, all these qualities are there in their totality, to the fullest extent. Samagra Aishwarya, all Aishwarya is in Ishvara. If any jiva gets the Aishwarya, it is only because of the grace of the Ishvara. Therefore, it is only a fraction of Ishvara's Aishwarya that we see in the jiva. Ishvara has Samagra Aishwarya, all Aishwarya, all overlordship, all power. We think the local ruler has Aishwarya, but who makes this local ruler the ruler? It is Ishvara. When Ishvara decides, this ruler will disappear. Therefore, Ishvara is called Bhageshaha. He enjoys all Bhaga. He enjoys all noble qualities. Vishwadhama. He is the support of the whole universe. Vishwasya Dhama, Vishwadhama. support of the whole universe. Atmastham, he is none other than the Atma. He is present in our own body, our own mind, as the Pratyagatma, as the innermost self, as our own Swarupa. Jnatva, understanding the Paramatma, with the knowledge of the Paramatma, Amritam, Amritatvam prapnoti. One attains Amritatva, one attains moksha with the knowledge of the Paramatma. When we understand the Atma, we become free from the doership and enjoyership, kartrutva and bhoktrutva. Because the Atma is always free from karma. Atma does not do any karma. What does karma? The body, mind, senses, they do karma. Atma does not do any karma. And Atma does not receive the result of karma either. The result of karma is received by the mind and the senses. Therefore, Atma is always free from karma. Therefore, a jnani does not identify himself as the doer of karma as well as the enjoyer of karma phala. Despite this understanding, in terms of the transaction, he may continue to do all types of actions because even a jnani has a body, jnani has a mind, the body, mind, etc. will keep functioning as before. Therefore, from the standpoint of an observer, a jnani is doing karma. A jnani is doing all action. But in the heart of heart, a jnani is aware that his swarupa is not doing any karma. I am not doing any karma. It is a jnani's perspective. My body, mind, etc. are doing karma, but I am not doing karma. I have no karma. This is a jnani's perspective. This perspective of a jnani is beautifully stated in Bhagavad Gita. Karmanya karmayah pashyet akarmani cha karmayah sabuddhiman manushyeshu sayuktah kritsna karma krita. Karmani akarmayah pashyet. In karma, from the standpoint of the others, he is doing karma. But from his perspective, it is not a karma. It is a karma. Because he is not doing anything. Akarmani cha karmaya. Now, there is another ignorant person, ajnani. What is akarma for an ajnani? If you don't do anything, it is akarma. If you sit with the folded hands, it is akarma for him. But a jnani understands it is not akarma, it is karma. Even sitting is a karma, as long as you are identifying with your body, as long as you are identifying with the action of sitting, even sitting is a karma. Therefore, akarmani cha karmayah. If it is a karma for others, from his perspective it is karma. Just sitting without doing anything is not a karma. It is karma. The true akarma is not sitting quiet, but it is to understand the Atma is free from karma. Then, despite doing all the actions, despite doing all the transactions, he is not involved in any action. One who is aware of this, he is a jnani. Sabuddhiman manushyeshu. He is a true jnani. Om
Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate
Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.